Here we go. We made it. It's Wednesday, 3 o'clock. We're at Blue Ridge Winery, where the mission is to add value to your life. Guys, my name is Randy, and I'm loving life. Oh my God, I keep saying it every week here. It's fall season. We're making the transition in the winter. We are doing some unbelievable things, guys. We're wrapping the decks. Wait till you see it. Everything's going to be covered. There's going to be beautiful fire pits. It's going to be like summertime and wintertime at Blue Ridge. Yo, guys, what's happening? So today's talk, oh my God, Mary Wayne, I see you. First one to pop up. I see you, Mary Wayne. What's going on? I love that. Love the hearts. So I hope you all love this talk. I wrote it on Sunday night. You know, I'm up there with Tiff, and it was 11 o'clock at night, and I go downstairs, and I go, I got to write something. I got something really good. I got to write this out. And if I'm ever going to be a pastor or a preacher one day, this is the start of it, okay? I hope you love this. I read it to Tony. He's saying, oh, yeah. You ready? I hope you love this. So the title of this is How to Live a Blessed Life. I love this. Hope you love it, guys. How to Live a Blessed Life. It's Lessons from My Mom. That's the subtitle, okay? How to Live a Blessed Life, Lessons from Mom. My mom would teach my brother and I all the time. She would say, guys, everything worthwhile is uphill. Everything worthwhile is uphill. Think about that. You know where she got that from? John Maxwell. Sonia, I see you, Sonia. What's going on? How are you? Everything worthwhile in your life has been uphill. It's the truth. I love the hearts. Oh my God. She goes, so make decisions today to get engaged in your life. Be engaged. Engage in the climb. Yo, Ken. Ken's engaged in the climb. Ken started a business called VIP Tours. He's taking our groups on tours all around the wineries of the Poconos. The guy's making it happen. He's engaged. Life is vivid, right? Completely engaged. He will live or die based upon his own decisions. I love you, Ken, right? He's engaged, right? So engage in the climb of your life. This is her advice. She says, before you go to bed, Randy, she says, prepare your mind for the next day. She says, what you need to do is you got to visualize what the next day is going to look like. Tina! Wow, Tina's on vacation. Tina popped up. I love it. Tina. And I hope the beach is good. I know. This morning I was driving the kids to school and I'm thinking, oh my God, it's like a hurricane going on down there. Where's Tina at? I love you, Tina. Hope you're doing good. Oh my God. It's so good to see you pop up, Tina. I love it. I see the picture there. You're at the beach, right? Yo, Ken's still like that, Ken. So engaged, right? So my mom, back to my mom, she would say, prepare, Randy. Before you go to bed at night, lay in bed and think about your next day. Go through the day in your mind before you ever experience it, right? I'm with you, Betty. I love it, right? Yo, Missy, I see you. This way, when you get up in the morning, you have an advantage because you've already completed the day in your mind's eye. So this way, when you actually do it in the physical world, you've done it twice. You're preparing. You are truly engaged. And to be engaged, we have to experience things firsthand. You got to be right on the front line. You got to be engaged. You got to have your hands on the wheel of your life and be the master of your destiny. You with me on this? Your mission is not to let life just wash over you. That's not your mission. Your mission is to grab the wheel, use the wind, the waves, the current, the storms, the challenges to carry you to your goals. Ken's doing this right now. He's doing it. I mean, I remember when he first started his tour bus company, the guy was suffering. He goes, I don't know. No one knows I'm out there, but all of a sudden, the waves started hitting him. And he started riding the waves to success. It's happening right now. I see it. You're going to have to control the story of your life. There's a difference between being the star of the show versus just watching the show. How many people do you know that just watch the show of their life? They just let the wind blow them wherever it's going to take them. I want to be clear here, though. If you're going to live a blessed life, it is not absent of difficulty. It's not absent of adversity or challenges. That's not the case. When you're engaged in your life, you can count on it not being easy. I promise you. It's going to be challenging. Now remember, the subtitle of this talk was Lessons from My Mom, Sandy. Can I paint a picture in your mind? My mom was a single parent. No money, no education, no support, no one in this world to lean on. Yet my mom lived the most blessed life you ever could imagine. So how does she do it? Do you have a guess? How does she do it? It was simple. My mom knew Jesus. It's that simple. Oh my God. She said to me, Randy, we are blessed because we're on Team Jesus. That's why we're blessed. I love the hearts. It's got the thumbs up. I love that. My mom would say, Randy, we can't lose. We can't lose because we're on Team Jesus. She goes, I can tell you with absolute confidence, your best life is your blessed life. I love that. It's so true, right? So how did my mom do this? By being on Team Jesus. Well, number one, you would never find my mom out of arm's length of a Bible. She carried it everywhere she went. It was in the car. It was everywhere she goes. She would have it with her, right? She'd always have that with her. She was always reading, spending time, studying, reading that Bible, and she would grow every single day with it. She stayed connected with God. She strived to think, act, and talk more like him every single day. She'd say, since you become who you hang around, well, might as well hang around the best. I love that. God. My mom's situation wasn't easy, guys. Oh my God. But my mom knew that everything worthwhile was uphill. Everything worthwhile is uphill. And her hill was steep. Remember I said that she was a single mom with no money, no education, no support? Well, you know what you can add to that list? Lymphoma and leukemia. Now, my brother was 3 and I was 8 when mom was diagnosed. Could you imagine? My mom's life wasn't uphill. It was a wall that she had to scale. If my mom could do it, I have no excuse. If everything worthwhile wasn't uphill, think about this. Imagine if everything worthwhile wasn't uphill. We would all be rich. We'd all be healthy. We'd all have peace of mind. No one would ever get divorced because it would just be so darn easy, right? It would be like coasting down a hill on a bike. All you got to do is just sit there and enjoy the ride, right? Just sit there and enjoy the view, right? People think they can be successful in this life just sitting there. It's never the case. All that happens is their life coasts downhill and they don't even enjoy the ride. Right? Being on Team Jesus, my mom embraced the challenge of life every single day. And here's a fact. When we face the challenges of life, we give our best effort every single day, we will succeed most of the time, but not all the time. You know what I mean? But guess what's going to happen? You will be fulfilled all of the time. You with me on this? All the time. All the time. This is why my mom was so joyful all the time. Win or lose in the moment, she was content knowing that all things work together for the good of God. You with me on this? I love the hearts. You with me on this, right? You're with me. I love it. Tony's with me. He's over there shaking his head. Yeah. Having this perspective, even failure or disappointment can feel like a win because it's all good. It's all going to end well. You watch. My mom would tell me, Randy, be 2 things in life. Be 2 things. Be salt and light. That's all you got to do. 2 things, salt and light. I go, salt and light? Why is that? She goes, it doesn't matter what you do with your life, Randy. Just always, everywhere you go, be salt and light. Because salt makes everything better and light makes everything brighter. Everywhere you go, just do those 2 things. Make everything better and everything brighter, everywhere you go. I'm like, oh my God, Mom, I think I get it. When you're salt and light, everywhere you go, you'll have peace of mind. You'll have peace of mind that the world can never give you. And the world can never take away, by the way. I can still hear Mom saying, she would say, Randy, did you know that Jesus walked the earth 2,000 years ago? And he's still the most influential person to ever walk the earth? In fact, she goes, there's one book that came from his life. And ever since it was published, it's been the #1 selling book in the world every year. She goes, it's called the Bible. I'm like, I'm with you, Mom. She goes, put it another way. Socrates taught for 40 years. 40 years Socrates taught. Plato taught for 50. That's 90 years of teaching, of influencing, right? Of talking to the world. Jesus taught for 3. Got it going on, right? There's never been a more influential leader in the world. Never been. And leadership is nothing more than influence. Nothing more, nothing less. That's all it is. Mom was the proof that everything is better with Jesus. Everything. Everything. And here's the great news. He wants everyone on his team. I love that. Jenny, I love that. Love you. I love it. Missy. I love that. Mama Dietrich, I like that, right? Amen, Mama Dietrich. I'm with you. Here's another thing Mom did. My mom would do this all the time. She goes, I got to admit, I really need God. So back then, Mom was at the end of her rope, guys. Can you picture it? She was at the end of the rope, but yet she would say, this is so wonderful. I'm like, what do you mean it's wonderful, Mom? Life is really hard right now. She goes, because when there's less of me, there's more of him. Like, oh my God. This is the moment that can change anybody's life. When there's less of me, there's more of him. Holy cow, Mom. Because it's not normal to think that you're blessed when you're at the end of your rope. That's not normal. Basically, when my mom couldn't hold on for any longer, she basically said, I'm going to let go and just let God. Like, oh my God, Mom. So here's the lesson. Every single miracle in your life began with a problem. Every one. You can't come up with one that didn't start with a problem. There's no exceptions to that rule. And I bet everyone listening to this has some little problem. Some may have little ones, some may have big ones. But you know what the good news is? You're a candidate for a miracle. It's good news, right? I love it. Mary Wayne, right? Back then, guys, I was a kid. I would say to my mom, Mom, if Jesus is so wonderful, why would he make our life so difficult? Why is our life so darn hard? It's frustrating. She would look at me and go, well, Randy, he's just trying to build character in you. Are you building character or are you not? Like, all right, Mom, I get it, right? Karen gets it. I love it, Karen. How are you, Karen? Good to see you. Jenny, amen, I'm with you. My mom would say, he's just making you stronger for tomorrow. That's all he's doing. She would say, he's not with us to make life easy, but he will make your life fulfilled. And here's the rule. The smaller the problems in life, the smaller the miracles. The bigger the problems, the bigger the miracles. I know you're all with me on that. My mom was content without things, without money, without status, without perceived security. And I do say the word perceived because it all is perceived. When you are content, you are living a blessed life. And there's a book out there. I highly recommend it. It's by John Bogle. He was the founder of Vanguard. His book is called Enough. And there's a great story in that book when John is talking to a friend at a dinner party, and his friend is bragging to him. He's saying, you know, John, I made more money last week than you made all last year. And John looks at me and goes, yeah, well, that sounds pretty good, but I have something that you will never have. He goes, really? What's that? He goes, I have enough. It's amazing to have enough. My mom had enough. We've heard it over and over that money doesn't make you happy. But most of us need to find out firsthand. I'm with you on that. When you're content, you are the proud owner of everything that can't be bought. Isn't that great stuff? And it's things that can't be bought that mean the most to you. I'm talking about things like peace and forgiveness and love and rich personal relationships and a lot of hope. My mom was blessed because she had such a strong desire to know Jesus. C.S. Lewis, he puts it like this. If there's anything to listen to, this is so good. C.S. Lewis, he says, hunger would be absurd if there was no such thing as food. Thirst would not exist if water did not. Loneliness would be absurd if there was no possibility of a relationship. And the desire to know God would be absurd if he did not exist. Everyone has a moment in their life when they want to know God. I love y'all. I'm the son of the great Sandy Dietrich, Randy, just walking around trying to make mom proud. I love y'all. Thanks for being part of my life. Thanks for making the dreams come true. Guys, we want to make it better and better and better and better every week. And we're going to keep striving towards it. I love the hearts. Thanks for being here, guys. I'm so grateful. See you soon, y'all. It's going to be a great weekend, by the way. Oh my God, we got big things planned. Talk to you soon.